less than 48 hours ago. It is Washington's first game. Sunday, they'll have a significant rest advantage as we enter game number 3 of the WNBA season for the Fever and the Mystics here from downtown Indianapolis. And here is that impressive second-year pro Kiki Iriafen, who draws the foul. Due to injury, Georgia Amor questionable with right knee injury management, but she is available and starting as well. Iriafen off the mark on her first free throw. She was an all-star as a rookie and has seemingly raised the bar to start her second season, averaging 16 points, 14 rebounds for those 2 games. And that front court of Iriafen and Shakira Austin has been quite formidable here in the first couple of games of the season. Austin on a handoff to Sophie Cunningham, who's coming off a 12-point performance. Mitchell catch and shoot, and she knocks down her first 3.
Chelsea Mitchell, great sign starting there. She struggled a bit from the 3-point this season. And one of those things where you see it going once, feeling good from it.
Mitchell enters the night tied for the league lead in scoring at 27 points per game. At times she has been an admitted slow starter in her career. She is off to a red-hot start in 2026. Clark looking for Mitchell. They were not on the same page. Cunningham able to rescue. Clark from way outside. Billings battling underneath. And Billings knocks it down.
What an addition Monique Billings has been to this team, and she brings the energy. That was her first game last lineup with the Sparks, and see her get, her first touches, looking good.
Shakira Austin has a double-double in her 2 games this year. She goes right to work and banks it home.
Oh yeah, that physical play. She's one of those players that, again, loves to bank. She loves the contact. You gotta be able to know where she's at.
Boston, deep position, and she won't miss from there. Aaliyah Boston, who was brilliant in this building on opening day and then got into some serious foul trouble in LA, fouled out, scored just 4 points. There's Georgia Amor, puts on the brakes, extra pass. Corner 3 ball, falls for Cody McMahon, the rookie out of Ole Miss, who has not been available for their first 2 games. Tonight is her WNBA debut, and there's her first points. The head coach for the Indiana Fever is Stephanie White. The Fever, and second in this stint, Sydney Johnson, the head coach for Washington. His father, an Indiana basketball Hall of Famer, spoke to just how much coming back to Indiana means for him. Boston drills a 3, and Indiana, who struggled a bit from the 3-point line here in their first couple of games, have knocked down a couple of early ones here in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, Leah Boston really working on that 3 ball this season, and she's already hit a couple.
That is her second of the year. She is 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. Amor being hounded in the backcourt, and she turns it over. Clark turns on the Jets. Cross-court pass sets up Cunningham, who buries a triple.
Fever are red hot in their Rebel red jerseys tonight. My goodness, they've really opened up that 3 ball here. They've already hit 3.
This Fever offense, 96 points per game in their first 2. Second in the league in offensive rating. They have looked ready to go from the opening tip. And an offensive foul on Washington as the Mystics turn it over.
It's one of those things when you know your teammate just hit a 3, it's almost infectious. Call for the ball, hands high. It's a great decision here. Do a skip pass instead of that easy pass, and then here it is, Sophie Cunningham knocking it down.
Clark working on Amor, tries to shake the rookie. Austin this time will shot fake the 3, go right back to work, fades, fires, and rolls off, but there's Billings for the rebound and the stick back. Fever did not have Monique Billings in their opener. She played well in her Fever debut on Wednesday in Los Angeles. Here's Austin inside, aggressive take, shot won't fall for Cassandra Prosper, who just checked in. She started the first 2 games. It's McMahon.
Kiki doing Kiki things. Playing big girl basketball right there.
And Boston able to win the tip for Indiana. Beaver have hit 6 of their first 8 shots. Here comes Clark behind the back to the rim, but too strong once she got there. She has really attacked the paint here in her first couple of games. Taking about 3 more 2s per game than she took in her first 2 years. Area Finn, the spin, and pretty finish.
That's it. Just poise, patience, great footwork, never rush down low.
Beaver play with the second fastest pace of play in the WNBA. Stephanie White wants her group to be watching the tempo of this one closely here tonight. Billings spinning inside as she took the inbound pass, which was intended for Lexi Hull. Foul on the Mystics.
And like you said, Pat, that's a tough thing to match up against when you are doing the half court more so in practice than playing at a fast pace. Hard to adjust, but you got to make those in-game adjustments to get the win.
Clark feeds inside for Dantas, who lost the handle, and Indiana turns it over.
That's good defense there by Washington. Just staying head on a swivel, knowing where the ball is at along with your player.
Well, so much focus on this Fever defense, which allowed 107 in this building on opening day, then recovered to hold LA to just 78 points in game number 2. And Hull able to just wall off Citron. She's in a race for it. Hull pulls it down and then put that one a little bit behind Billings. Indiana gives it right back, but they edged her way back from that injury, which kept her out of the entire preseason. She is a difference maker on the defensive end of the floor. And on the offensive end, Citron's a difference maker.
Through the contact, it don't matter. The flow game, all the way to the basket. She's got it all.
Clark circles around and can't knock it down from the mid-range. Billings, another offensive rebound. She's been really active. Clark backing up and dropping a 3.
That'll get you going. Again, I spoke earlier about the confidence from Caitlin Clark. Mr. Make, it never wavers. You never see her get discombobulated. She's going to go up again.
She was 3 of 17 from the three-point line leading into that shot, and she spoke about how her confidence hasn't waned a bit. She knows it's coming, but an answer comes from Washington's Alex Wilson. 32-year-old rookie out of Australia. Here is Clark. Oh, yeah!
Back-to-back threes. This is going to be a good game. You better put a hand up, find the body.
Area Finn has the size advantage, but that was defended well by Clark. 2-3.
Also, they'll finish strong near the rim. And also of note, you guys, with Caitlin's 3rd assist tonight, she now moves into 5th all-time in Fever assists.
Kelsey, thank you. It's quite remarkable when you consider she was averaging 22 points per game and that 3 ball was not yet falling. It is a dangerous proposition now that it is. And for Indiana, they're falling for everybody. Here's Damiris Dantas.
6 for 7 from the 3 ball. And like Kelsey said, so beautifully said, it's a mental game. You can't get too high and too low. Shots making or not, you still got to find a way to play and make an impact.
Corner 3 spins out. That was Prosper. Clark was 6 points, 3 assists, and you can just feel that confidence oozing out of her here in the first quarter. And there's a foul on Washington, and this is what we are seeing a whole lot more here in 2026. The freedom of movement, emphasis by the officials to allow natural movement to play, to keep the game from getting overly physical. Seeing about 3 more fouls per game called with this new rule as players get adjusted to it. The local product, Ty Harris knocking it down. Indiana's hit 10 of their first 14 shots here tonight.
Now talk about focus. I don't know if that's just being back in front of the home crowd or knowing the baskets, but the offense is really fluent right now.
Aggressive drive, Cody McMahon, and she's had a terrific WNBA debut here. 5 points in 4 minutes. Down a 3 earlier.
Talk about fearless.
Clark trying to shake off Prosper, but Prosper recovers well for the block. Back door, it's Prosper. Up a long stride, shot won't fall. Here is Clark, waiting for reinforcements. Off the Timpson screen, and McMahon was too aggressive. Forced her way through it.
There.
Kelsey Mitchell back in for Indiana. She'll sub in for Clark. Here is Harris, turns the corner, gets inside. Tried to hand off Timpson. Somehow got it out to Mitchell. Shot clock down to 7. Mitchell just blows by Prosper, but couldn't finish inside. 6'7" rookie Lauren Betts, a really impressive young player out of UCLA. Helped them win a championship. Comes down with the rebound, but Indiana forces the turnover. Mitchell puts on the brakes, can't get the roll. Offensive rebound, Timpson, who had it stripped. Good hands there by Wilson. And I'll say Timpson hit it out of bounds. He had a couple good looks inside, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, quick hands down low. You know, it's one of the hardest jobs out here is to be a ref in this day and age. And, you know, especially the home crowds, the crowds at home, you can never get on everybody's great side. And I know they're doing their best, but boy, women are physical.
Georgia Amor back in. It is her rookie season. And an inspirational story. She suffered a torn ACL. Third day of camp last year. Missed all of what would have been a rookie season a year ago. She is a highly touted prospect, 6th pick in the draft. Amor, and she overtime lost to New York on Sunday.
Yes. And where did she go to school at again? Remind me.
I believe where you went. Kentucky.
There it is. Wildcats unite.
Austin fakes left, goes right. Shot won't fall. Dantas the rebound. Harris looking to push. Deflected in the backcourt. Austin comes up with the steal. And Cunningham is called for the foul.
It's a great deflection. Your man is get deflections on the ball. See if you can match their intensity. Doing things just like that is a great step forward to get that done.
Here is the 5th-year pro out of Ole Miss, Shakira Austin, who was the 3rd pick back in 2022. Now, she is all of 25 years old, but she is the 2nd longest tenured WNBA player on this roster. Michaela Onyenwere, who is still out due to injury, has played 1 more year than her. Sydney Johnson said they really rely on those two. They're young players in this league, but on this roster, there are vets.
Yeah.
Harris with some trouble in the backcourt being swarmed. Indiana got to hurry to get it across. They just do. That'll be 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mitchell, handoff Timpson. Bounce past Timpson, a little behind her. Indiana's gotten sloppy here on their last few possessions.
Yeah.
There with the handoff Citron. Got 2 All-Stars. Really the centerpieces around what Sydney Johnson and Washington are building. 3rd and 4th pick a year ago. Each an All-Star in their rookie season. Only the 2nd time 2 rookies on the same team have ever been named to the All-Star team. And all these young players in the mix, 12 of the 14 players on the roster are in their 1st or 2nd season. This is as dramatic of a rebuild as you've seen, but with so much talent, it's not hard to imagine this team being a playoff team this year, being a contender in the not-too-distant future.
Yeah, that's one of the perks about being raw and trying to find your identity. You know, you can make it whatever you want it to be, and they have time to do so.
Cunningham on the drive. Kick out Harris. Cunningham drives on Citron, gets to the rim, shot too strong. Indiana was getting anything they wanted for the first 5 or 6 minutes of this one. Sydney Johnson called a timeout, and Washington has tightened the clamps defensively in a major way here. Beavers still have a 9-point lead as Austin, aggressive take and aggressive finish.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was said in that timeout, but it's obviously working. I think it started with the defense, or they have really turned it up here and doing such a good job forcing Indiana into some bad shots.
Mitchell tiptoeing the baseline. She is fouled. That is Washington's 4th, so they did have 1 to get.
Yeah, she's aggressive. She wants it. She's feisty. She's got some fresh legs. She's making her debut here. Trying to make a statement.
Mitchell, shot clock down to 5, and Cunningham is pushed. That's a bad foul if you are Sonia Citron. It comes off the ball. It comes 35 feet from the hoop, and it's going to result in Indiana's first victory of the season in LA on Wednesday. Has hit 1 here tonight. There's her first free throw. There is what has quickly become a fan favorite here in Indiana, Raven Johnson. Her tenacity at the point guard position defensively. And how she and Caitlin Clark have seemingly formed a friendship overnight.
Yeah.
It's been fun to watch.
Nothing but great things to say about each other. They push each other. It's fun to watch.
Here's Amor, the fake. Amor, the finish.
Inside hand finish. Beautiful work.
And Kelsey Mitchell will just